I'm telling you. You always had a queen by your side. You know I'm ready to ride. Sipping with the smoke on the side. Say what they want, what they like.
Come on in. Ain't no confusion, baby. Tag a friend and tag a motherfucking neighbor. We on here to talk about some real shit this morning. What's up, Terry? Hey, Jamonica and Casey. Tag your friends, tag your neighbor. We on here to talk about some real shit. Come on in, Candace and Pamela. How y'all doing? I be saying good morning. I be forgetting it ain't morning where y'all at. But this morning, it ain't 12 o'clock. Hey, Stephanie and Ursula. What's up, Cynthia? Hey, Terry. I seen your man, honey. Now, I don't mind him. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind him. You know, you can have him. That's fine. As long as you don't got no other women. I'm good. Hey, Karen. Good morning, Brandy. And Tanisha. Good morning, Michael and Beatrice. And Lisa Marie. And I just want to say before I get this video started, because we talking about real shit. If y'all a bald-headed, ugly, long back-ass motherfucking children come on here with that bullshit, I'm going to cut y'all hoes out. They just don't motherfucking beard. I'm going to cut y'all hoes, suck the fuck out, and block the fuck out of y'all hoes. Y'all can't even talk. You gonna get your ass right on over. No other women tell I'm cool. And he cute. And he's smart. And he's smart. He's a welcome addition. Because I'm smart too. Good morning, Ivory. Hey, Sensei. Send me that damn thing of your baby one more time so I can post it on somebody's face because he needs to get his just due and get his prop. Good morning, Carolina. Or Carolina, I don't know. Hey, Jeanette. And LaKayla. I can tell. I don't went through that. Child, I done went all the way back on that man page. I said, let me see what Terry was getting into because I don't have to goddamn bring no tea about this nigga. He good. He good. Hey, Allison. And hey, Heather. Hey, Libby. What's up, Jessica? How you been doing? Hey, Raven. Hey, Oscar. Hey, everybody. Hey, Maria. I'm a club, babe. Already, babe. I'm a queen. Hey, Destiny. Hey, Patricia and Mary. Hey, all y'all. Good morning. We got some real shit to talk about this morning. I don't know if everybody been over there on somebody's business yet, but I made a post, and I made a post about hey Charlene and Cynthia and Ashley. Hey Nari. I made a post about these what the fuck going on my phone? I made a post about these two black men out of Arkansas. What's up, Biz and Calendra? I made a okay, here we go. I made a post about these two, so I'm gonna read it to y'all. 2 Arkansas men admit to raping a 6-year-old girl and giving her several sexually transmitted diseases. See how I just read that? Y'all hoes on that was on here yesterday, y'all little ugly ass sure. Y'all bitches can't do that. Y'all can't do that. But anyway, it say last week during a federal court hearing in Little Rock, 27-year-old DeMarcus George and 33-year-old Mario Waters confessed to raping a girl who is 6 years old who was being sex trafficked. During the investigation into the matter, it was found that a hotel room had been purchased by the child's mother in March 2018, according to financial records. The minor was able to describe the look of the hotel room where the two men raped her, and she described specific photos in it, helping authorities eventually find the suspects. The girl was taken to Arkansas Children's Hospital in February 2018 after struggling with issues later diagnosed as STIs. Blood and urine samples from the two men showed they tested positive for the same STIs the girl had. The two men have pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit sex trafficking. They are now facing up to life in prison. Their sentencing is set to happen at a later date. Now, y'all already know how I am about this type of bullshit right here. First, I want to say about the mother. It doesn't state. It says that the mother had rented. She rented a hotel back in 2018. But it doesn't say that she rented it in order to sex traffic her child. So I can't speak on that about the mother. But what I can speak on is being raped and molested and sexually assaulted by grown ass motherfucking men, and how it affects the black community and the way that we like to sweep our shit up on the motherfucking road, and how this shit. So let me just, because I don't want to break down. So you know, when I seen this article or whatever, it of course, like all of y'all, it pissed me the fuck off. You know, I just felt like, who the fuck is protecting this baby? Who was this baby around? Who even knows that, you know, this shit was happening? Did the mama know? Because we got some sick ass mamas and shit out here. It's plenty of parents that sex traffic their children. We've seen it with the R. Kelly case. For whatever need they may have, they sex traffic their fucking children. They ain't, so the mama ain't exempt, because we don't know how the baby even got there. But I'm thinking, if the baby wasn't kidnapped, it had to be the mama sex trafficking the goddamn baby. You put two and two together, think about it, because it ain't say nothing about the baby was kidnapped or nothing. So maybe the mama is to blame, allegedly. I'm not sure, so I can't sit up there and say for sure because it ain't have it in the article. But what I will say is the way that black men and women, but we talking about men. We talking about men mostly because that's my experience. Most people on here that have been fucked with, that are women, was fucked with by men. So what I like to say, let me turn this music down because it's distracting the fuck out of me. So, what I would like to say is, in the black community, first of all, this shit be starting out when people be young. And people, I know people like, well, how the fuck they end up doing it? It start out when they be young. And let me tell you how the fuck it start out, from my opinion, how it starts out. The way it starts out, in my opinion, because the way I've seen it played out on my sperm donor side of the family, is it gets swept under the rug. There are no repercussions when when somebody in the family do it. They start at a young age. I got a cousin. I think Beaker is about, and you know they're gonna be mad because I'll be saying his name, but you a child molester, so bitch. This I don't really give a fuck. I got a cousin named Christopher Madison, aka Beaker. And he fat as fucking, bow-legged and black and ugly. And he my first cousin. You know, gonna be some motherfuckers on here gonna get mad in the family. I don't give a fuck. I ain't goddamn protecting no motherfucking child molester. And he used to be fucking on my cousin, and I ain't gonna say her name because she a victim and shit. And he used to be fucking on my cousin, raping my cousin, molesting my cousin. My cousin is younger than him. And people in the family knew about it. You know, it was spoken about. My grandparents knew about it. They knew that it had happened. You know, they knew about it. And as usual, in the black community, because I'm talking to the black people. Now, if there's some white people on here, I love y'all, but I can't speak from y'all perspective. I got to speak from my own. In the black community, you know, this type of thing is kept inside the house when they're young, old and young. But I'm just saying, when it starts off, it's kept inside the family. Don't nobody want to talk about it. Can't nobody speak about it. If they hear you talking about it, you're going to get a whooping because you ain't supposed to be telling the family business. You ain't supposed to be talking about it and saying nothing about it and all that shit because somebody might overhear it and all that kind of old fuck shit. Right? So you have these young boys that start out, hey, Jarvis, you have these young boys that start out doing this shit, and 9 times out of 10, what's up, Lachey? 9 times out of 10, it has started because they have been fucked with and they're victims themselves, or it's some shit that they have picked up off of social media or TV or some kind of shit like that. They walking in on their parents and seeing them fuck, or the parents being totally disrespectful and have no regard for the children, and y'all mamas in there got to be up in there, all that hollering and shit when the children young and shit, making them fucking curious. I am a mother that I ain't never play that shit. Y'all can go the fuck outside. Or I knew how to goddamn keep myself under control no matter how good the dick was, because it wasn't none of my children's business what the fuck I was up in there doing. And it wasn't none of their fucking business. And it wasn't none of they goddamn, and it was, I didn't want to make my children curious about what the fuck was going on. And plus all that hollering and screaming and shit be fake as fuck in the motherfucking ways, because bitch, your orgasm is mental as fuck to get, and you can't get your goddamn orgasm good if you up there, all that bullshit. So that's first and foremost. So then you have these people that continue to grow up in life. They're continually protected by family. Although most times in the black family, the person being victimized, you know, they in the family and they got to look at the motherfucker and all that kind of bullshit. But the person, and they're not protected. The victim is never fucking protected. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just got a mama bear like me. But the victim ain't never fucking protected. The victim never really gets any kind of justice for the situation or nothing, because 9 times out of 10 and most times it's family. Hey, Joyce, it's family that's doing it. So the family, which is backwards as fuck, y'all take y'all backwood motherfucking ass and y'all go and protect the person that's raping the children and fucking on the children and molesting the children and all that shit in the goddamn family. And then the child who's actually being fucked with, they have to sit there. It is Shay. They have to sit there and look at this motherfucker around the Thanksgiving goddamn table. They got to goddamn look at them at the family reunion. They got to look at them at Sunday dinner. They got to look at them at any kind of family function. Are they still able to come over to their goddamn other kinfolks' houses, and you got to see them and all that kind of bullshit. And the shit is just really fucked up. And so they're being protected while the child is not being protected. And since they keeping it in the family, and this be a family effort. This, from my experience, keeping it in the family and sweeping it under the rug, it's an effort with the whole family to do that. Now, what the family will do is go and talk about the victim and tell everybody the victim is hot in the ass, she fast, she fucking, she this, she that, and all that kind of bullshit. The whole while knowing that your brother, your granddaddy, your uncle, your cousin, your best friend, and all them motherfuckers, it's the ones who fucked on the child because the child is told, but it's being kept inside of the goddamn family. Right? So then they do. Shay, you right. And so then you have a man or a woman or whoever, they're able to go on through life with the family, in the family and shit, with it not being talked about, with it not being discussed, with nobody not saying anything about it. And when you do that and when you don't say shit, what you do is you create, and it's your fault. Let me tell you whose fault it is. It's the mama fault. It's the daddy fault. It's the grandmama's fault. It's whoever fault that know about it and don't go press no charges and beat their motherfucking ass. And I'm talking about the person that did it. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault, because when you sweep it under the rug, or you say what goes on in this house, stay in this house, or what go on in our family, stay in our family, we don't tell our goddamn business and all that shit. when you do that, you allow you motherfuckers. And I ain't saying to nobody who ain't do, but there's some people on here and they're gonna see this video and they are guilty as fuck for allowing this shit to happen and not say nothing. Now, you may take your child from that environment. You may take your child from around that particular person. You might not let your child even come around the family like that no motherfucking more. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't go goddamn make it public, when you don't goddamn have a public outrage about the motherfucker that's fucking on the children in the goddamn family, what you do is you allow this motherfucker, you create more and more victims. You do. You motherfuckers that don't tell. You do. Because the perverted motherfucker gonna do what the fuck he want to do. And the only reason why he getting away with what it is that he's getting away with is because the family unit, all on. The family is protecting him. You know what I'm saying? And then you have a child that is left with mental illness, a child that is left promiscuous. You wonder why she goddamn around here fucking on everybody and everything and all that kind of bullshit, because that to her, that's love. You know what I'm saying? You how mentally as a child, while my mind is still developing. Ain't no way you could tell me, and it's confusing to a child when you tell me, you know, you love me and you my uncle or my cousin or whoever you are, you my uncle, but you saying you love me, but you touching on me and fucking on me at the same goddamn time. So that child grows up with a warped sense of what love really is. And then it's even more warped because then they don't know if their mama really love them or their dad really love them or not neither, because what the fuck did y'all do? I'm seeing Uncle every goddamn family motherfucking function. He's still coming over here drinking a beer outside on the porch and smoking a blunt with daddy. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck? So this is how these motherfuckers are created. They're created because they're protected by family. And they're just real shit. They're protected by family. The black family unit, the black family is really fucking sick. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying everybody, but all of us got sick motherfuckers in the family that do this shit. Can't nobody on here tell me there ain't nobody that they ain't never seen, heard, or know for sure that somebody in the goddamn family is fucking on the family. And you know what? And Maria, I used to say generational curses too, but it ain't no generational curse. It's not a generational curse. The only reason why it's happening is because they're being protected. It ain't a generational curse. It's just we ain't gonna say shit because we don't want to bring no shame on the family name. I don't want to put my brother out there like that. I don't want to put my sister out there like that. I don't want to put my family out there like that. That is why it's happening. It ain't got nothing to do with no damn generational curse. It got something to do with the motherfuckers that know what's going on in the goddamn family. Because a nigga is not, or the kid don't speak up. But let me tell you something, Tamika. A lot of times, you could tell when your child is going through something, and it's just up to us as parents to pay attention to the goddamn signs. It ain't no different than knowing when your goddamn husband and shit cheating because the motherfucker start moving funny and you start this right here so and you bless Latera, and so you know it's not a generational curse, and a lot of times when the children don't come and tell, it's because they're being threatened. But even being threatened when your child is being fucked with, because I know with me, when I was getting fucked with, that's when I started getting high and smoking weed. That's when I really started skipping school. That's when I started inviting the little boys over to my house and shit while my mama was at work and all that kind of bullshit. For my experience with my child who was molested for years that I didn't know about, it started with me noticing. Let me tell you what I didn't notice at first. At first, what I didn't notice, the sign I didn't notice, because my baby was always really sensitive and emotional, and she was a crier, right? She used to cry about every fucking thing, you know? And so I chalked up going up to the school all the time because she wouldn't sit down and she crying and she just because the school, I was young, you know what I'm saying? I was a young mother. I became a mother at 18. You know what I'm saying? So I got pregnant at 18, had my baby at 19. So me listening to what the teachers and the administrators would say, they was like, put on some. I think she just need to be put on some medicine. You know what I'm saying? I think she just need to be put on some medicine. Me, I never put my child on no medicine. I'm like, look, my baby not retarded. She the smartest motherfucker damn near in this goddamn school. She's goddamn young as fuck, and she's reading on a high school level. So, you know, I'm not putting my baby on no motherfucking medicine. Now, y'all got me fucked up. I'm not going to do that. But I continue to watch, right? I continue to watch her and kind of pay attention to how she was doing and all that shit. But I still, being a young mother, and those were not the signs that I gave, I didn't know, right? So fast forward to her, y'all know I couldn't talk about this shit till a few years ago, a couple years ago. This is how my platform got built. Me talking about what happened to me, but I could not put my finger on what was going on with my daughter. And then it got to a point where then this is the shit that made me say something going on, and it ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking medicine. Because it's what the school had me thinking, you know, she probably need to be on medicine. She probably be, you know, ADD or whatever the fuck, ADHD, all that hyper type of shit, right? But my daughter was too smart. I'm going to put on shit to slow her down mentally, because mentally she was sharp as a motherfucking knife, right? So this internet let me tell y'all something. These motherfuckers is always over here. I hope y'all can see me, hear me. You probably can't see me that good. But before I even came on here, I supposed to came on here like an hour ago. These motherfuckers is always fixing on the goddamn towers and shit over here. They get on my fucking nerves. But I hope y'all can hear me. So back to this conversation. So the signs that I noticed. What I noticed was my baby started making all these pages and shit on Instagram and Facebook and all this shit. And I'm like, and she had on like a little crop bra, little sports bra and shit in the pictures and all that kind of bullshit. So I said, well, I ain't letting her go over to nobody goddamn house. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what nobody can't be fucking with it. It's my first thought. Nobody can't be fucking with it. And I said, oh, but somebody could be. I said, if somebody fucking with my baby, it got to be somebody in my family. Ended up being my father, my sperm donor, who is in prison right now for doing that shit. So, the signs for me with my child was, getting her phone and finding all these pictures and shit with these sexy clothes on. She had on, you know, red lipstick is my signature lip. It always has been. She had on red lipstick in it. Goddamn had to stole my lipstick and shit and had on my lipstick. And don't be sorry for me, Marie. Don't be sorry for us, cause goddamn we getting justice. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? My baby is doing good. And then, you know, it started being to where her whole attitude towards me changed. It was like, she had got the biggest fucking attitude with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and this is how I ended up finding out. And it might not be how everybody else find out or what y'all need to do, but I believe in whooping ass. You know what I'm saying? So the last time that she was like, you know, this smart mouth kind of bullshit and all this kind of shit, you know, I got down when it got me a belt and I was tearing her ass to fuck. I was tearing her ass up with that motherfucking belt. I probably would beat it with my eyes closed because she had welts every motherfucking well. And I told her, I said, you're going to tell me who the fuck didn't touch you or what the fuck is going on, because your ass is not my fucking child. I don't know who the fuck this child is. This is not my baby. You know what I'm saying? This ain't none of my motherfucking baby. I don't know who the fuck you is or what the fuck done got into you. And I had to know, a lot of people like, why you beat her? I had to whoop her. She wouldn't tell me no other kind of way. He had to instill so much fear in my daughter about if she tell, and my daughter is very protective over her younger sisters. You know, she's very protective over her sisters, and she was just like, you know, if he always what really made her be quiet because she was protecting her sisters. You know, she felt she was told that if she told about it, if she came and told me, because everybody in my family know I'm a loose cannon, you know, and I'm really working on that shit, you know. But if she told about it, you know, all three of them was gonna motherfucking get it. So she kind of sacrificed herself, you know, to keep anybody else, any of her other sisters from going through what the fuck it is she had to go through. So she literally sacrificed her own self. And so You know, so that's the type of shit that she was dealing with, right? So I literally had to just go in there and really just beat my motherfucking child. Like I just had to really just give her a good old fashioned, you know, break your heart kind of ass whipping. And she finally was like, wait. And I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? What is the fuck is going on? You know, and she told me what the fuck was going on. And when she told me what was going on, when she told me what was going on, I immediately got in my car. He was in Birmingham. I ain't have on no shoes. I ain't have on no bra. I ain't have on no drawers. I just throw it on a little shirt and some shorts. I ran at the door, hair sticking up on top of my motherfucking head. I got my children in the car. I told my husband, you know, we got to go or whatever. And we drove to Birmingham. I had called the goddamn police and I told them I'm on my way to Birmingham. I called Birmingham police. I said, let me tell you something. I'm finna come down there. I just want y'all to know that I'm finna come down there and I'm finna blow Andre Boykin's head off his motherfucking shoulders. And it ain't gonna be nothing that nobody can do about it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be nothing that nobody can motherfucking do about it. Me, they asked me what his address was. I told them what his address was, all that. I got on that goddamn interstate. I hauled motherfucking ass. It was in like November. I hauled ass. I got there. And when I got there to get off on the exits, the police had the 3 exits that I could have got out for. They had them blocked where I couldn't get the fuck off to go kill that nigga. And I swear, you know, sometimes it angers me that I couldn't get him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I was saying to the mother yesterday about her child, about getting vengeance, it is not for us to get, because if I would have blow his brains out the way that I was going to blow his motherfucking brains out, you know what I'm saying? If I would have done that, I would have not been able to be here with my baby to help her maneuver through life and go through what it is that she goes through. You know, I would not be here to protect my other 2 girls from going through the same shit. And I don't need nobody to feel sorry for me. I don't think I want y'all to do from this story is when y'all see something, y'all fucking say something. You see what I'm saying? I don't need no sympathy and all that. I don't. You know, I don't want no sympathy because I'm one of the mothers that got it right. You know what I'm saying? Once I knew what the fuck was going on, I got it right. I just want y'all to do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And stop sweeping it under the rug. So, and what I mean by when you don't tell, right? So I went through the whole process of, you know, going to press the charges and getting the DA involved and doing all the kind of stuff that I'm supposed to do. Once I did that, he was still out, and his family also, but I always say his family, the Boykin side in Thomasville, Alabama, them fuck niggas. And if you ain't had nothing to do with it, you ain't had nothing to do with it. But them aunties and uncles and all y'all hoes, fuck all y'all bitches, all of you. I don't like none of you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And they can all get it. They're just on period, and they know that. You know? So, anybody, you know, I don't got no respect for them. Period. I don't fuck with none of them. I don't talk to none of them. I don't say hey. I don't say bye. I don't speak to my granddaddy. Fuck that. Fuck nigga. Fuck all them. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, this is my child. This is my, so fuck y'all and anybody else when it comes to my child. So when, you know, that happened or whatever, right? He got on the run. He was protected by family. He was protected by friends. He had family lying for him by where he at. Even my own goddamn sister, not on my mama's side, but on my sperm donor side, because hell, she ain't know no better. All she knew was her daddy. She ain't know her daddy was a fucking monster, you know. And so, and this happened in 2012 when I found out. And I swear, me and my sister finally just had a conversation this year, because when I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. But we had to just, me being the oldest sister, I had to just let it go. You know what I'm saying? We had to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? We had to have a real conversation about it, because it wasn't her fault. And I took it out on every motherfucking body. You know what I'm saying? Because, look, if I feel like you know about it, fuck you too. I don't really give a fuck, you know? So what I mean by when you don't goddamn it report it, and when the family gets to hiding this shit and doing all that fuck shit that family do, especially in the black community, he was able to go to Florida, move in with a woman, because this is my sperm donor's MO. His MO has always been, and he's always done it. He's always had girlfriends, wives, or whatever that had young girls. He ain't date nobody who had no boys. You know what I'm saying? If they had boys, okay, but I'm here for the girls. And if he had boys, 9 times out of 10, it's the boys that he ended up producing in a goddamn relationship. But the women that he fucked with, they had young girls. Look, leave out for Hill of Shave. This topic is triggering to people, and y'all can't really deal with this kind of this. Leave out for here, because I ain't trying to trigger nobody. I'm just bringing awareness. So what they did was, you know, they healed him and all that kind of bullshit, like what families do. They protected him and put out all the rumors and shit that I was lying, and you know, all that kind of fuck shit that families and shit do. And so it made it to where he was able to move to Florida, get with another woman who had a young child, and he ended up fucking with the goddamn young child. And when he ended up fucking with that child in her sleep and tried to bribe her with some motherfucking money, she went and told her goddamn mama and grandmama and them, and they got that bitch locked the fuck up. Now he is doing a whole long sentence in behind that, and he has yet to still go to trial for my daughter. But we got him put in jail for so long because when I found out about it, my sister called me and was like, you know, your dad is not my sister on my mom's side. You know, your dad is in jail because he did this to another little girl. I hopped on the phone. I found out who the goddamn DA was. And I called the DA and I said, what y'all need me to do to help her story? What do y'all need from me? And once they told me what they needed from me, I made sure that I was a part of it and to help him get the time. So she had more witnesses. She had more people that knew his character, because his family wasn't going to come forward and tell on his motherfucking ass. So I did, you know? So that's what finally made him stop. But before he was caught, he done molested nieces, little boys. He done fuck with several young girls. Too many to count on your hands and your toes, and your hands and your toes, bitch, and give me your hands and your toes. He done did that shit. And it's just too much. And what the reason why I haven't spoke to Robert Borkins since 2012, Robert Borkins Sr. that live in Thomasville, Alabama. The reason why I hadn't talked to that bitch ass nigga, and he a bishop. But the reason why I hadn't talked to that fuck nigga, it's because when I called that fuck nigga to tell him about what the fuck his son had did, he told me, which is the sickest shit, but he'll child molester too. He told me, he said, you shouldn't have went to the police. Why did you go to the police? You should. That's something that should have been kept in the family. Why you ain't call me and tell me? And we could have dealt with that inside the family. Getting the police involved just wasn't the right way to go, because ain't nobody done. All these people around here don't need to know our business, right? That's what the fuck he said. That's what this fuck nigga said. That's what the fuck he said. So at that point, I really was finna get in my car, and my husband would let me get in my car and drive my ass to Thomasville to go blow his motherfucking brains out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no threat. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no threat. I would have literally blew his motherfucking brains out and would have sent his ass with my grandma. You know? So, back to talking about how this shit is fucked up in the goddamn black motherfucking family. Right? This is how motherfuckers like these two guys, this is how they are able to hide in plain motherfucking sight. This is how they're able to go out and get families and shit. This is how they're able to go and have wives and girlfriends and all this shit. And another reason why they're able to do it, because the family members are actually, they don't want the shit out. And so when they see him with a goddamn woman or some shit, they get real hush-hush, because they just so glad that he would have with somebody else, okay, maybe it'll stop. It ain't gonna motherfucking stop. Cause a grown woman pussy ain't gonna never be enough for a nigga who wanna fuck on kids. It'll never be enough for a nigga who fantasizes about breaking virginities and shit. It'll never be enough for a man who get off on the way a young child look naked. Or the thought that they are pure when they fucking with them and ain't nobody else fuck with them. And they got to them before anybody else could touch them. That notch in that belt that they get, they'll never fucking desire to only be with a woman. A woman can only come into their lives to put on a front. Just like when somebody have a beard, when a man is gay and he get a goddamn, or he marry a woman and that woman know what's up, but she stay in that goddamn situation. Or if she don't know what's up, she just there to goddamn make everybody think that he with women and he ain't fucking with no goddamn men and shit. It's the same shit. The women that even his children are beards. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't even fucking on this woman and producing no goddamn children if it wasn't for your need to hide who the fuck you is and what the fuck you doing. You know what I'm saying? So that family shit, and since y'all young ass children and shit that claim y'all motherfucking ass over here, y'all need to bring y'all punk ass over here now and listen to this shit. Because a lot of y'all asses is going through the same motherfucking shit right now, or done went through it, and y'all ass is too scared to go goddamn tell somebody. Now, y'all need to get y'all grown and can pop shit and talk shit and do all that shit. Y'all need to open y'all mouths up, because I'm going to tell you, you might be the one that got molested and you feel like you done got old and you done got away, but you got to have children, bitch. You got to have children. You got little cousins that's coming up. You got little nieces and nephews that's coming up. And if you like me, you got big dreams. You're going to move the fuck away from home. So you're not going to be there to protect their goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? So you need to goddamn tell. If you see something, you know something, you fucking say something. You goddamn say everything else. Now, let me get back to this guy, to this post, because I'm really trying to hold it together. And I know a lot of people feel like, you know, I done got hot, my nerves bad, and the air on 60 and everything. I know a lot of people feel like, you know, he should get shot in the head. He should die. It should be death behind what he did. No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. And I know, you know, and that's what I wanted at first. I just wanted to blow his brains out. But let me tell you something. Every day I wake up to the satisfaction of knowing that motherfucker is in there sleeping on a goddamn cot with a mattress this motherfucking thin, getting fucked, or probably enough fucking, can't go where he want to go. Can't do what he want to do. Got to be told when to go to sleep. Got to be told when to get up. Because it, like somebody said in the comments, it's all about control. Right. So now the roles have been switched. Now, bitch, somebody controlling your whole motherfucking life. The same way that a nigga control my baby mind and shit for so goddamn long, the same way you control. I get all the satisfaction in the world every day when I wake up. And I know that bitch got his ass in motherfucking prison. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You feel like that's what they need to get. But when you think about it, death too good for people who do shit like this to children. Death is just too good for people who do shit like this to children. Because once they die and you kill them, your child suffering. Why this motherfucker don't be suffering? You know what I'm saying? Why kill him and take him the fuck out and he done goddamn went on to the other side? You know what I'm saying? But your child is sitting here goddamn got to be suffering. No, bitch. Don't blow his motherfucking brains out. Don't even wish for a nigga brains to be blown. Wish that justice be motherfucking served and they take their ass to prison and they have to sit in that bitch every motherfucking day knowing what the fuck they did and knowing everybody know who the fuck they is. Because I done made it motherfucking clear. It's 60,000 motherfuckers know who Andre Barkins is. Because I made sure that they knew exactly who the fuck he was. I made sure that my child molester and person that sexual assaulted me, Robert Barkins Jr., the motherfucker in the wheelchair, nigga, that's who molested me and a lot of my goddamn cousins and shit. They can't come forward and say shit because they members and shit, minds and shit so fucked up. They can't, and it's sad. I got cousins and shit right now that was fucked with and they can't even say shit because they're going to be shunned by the goddamn family. They done shunned me, but bitch, I been shunned y'all ass goddamn 20 years ago. I been not talking to y'all ass and fucking with y'all ass and all that bullshit. Before my grandma left here, I wasn't talking to y'all. I wasn't fucking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who know me know I am a loner. I'm really a loner. You know what I'm saying? I like being by myself with my children and whoever the fuck I'm dealing with and mind our goddamn business. I go where the public at and then I bring my ass back home. And my circle is very motherfucking small. I probably got 3 or 4 friends. Period. And I've been had them fucking friends since like 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? So, that bullshit, that bullshit there, y'all, if you see your children, because I just use this story as a reference to really just talk about sexual assault in the black community, but the story is very fucked up. But pay attention to your children. It's sad we can't let our children go over to nobody's house. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucked up. It just fucked up. And and Andre was able to get a hold of my daughter because I had to go to New York. I had got contracted to open up for Melanie Fiona. So I had to go to New York. I could not back out of it. It wasn't no backing out of it. I had nobody to come to Atlanta and watch my fucking children. But when I called him, he came. You know what I'm saying? He came. So that was the only motherfucker that I had to even watch my goddamn children because I had to go be contracted for some music and shit I had to do because I could not back out of it, or I would have been held financially liable for some money that I couldn't even afford. Bitch, I couldn't even afford it. You know? So I'm gonna say this before I get off of here. If you see your children, your daughter acting different, all the calling them bitches and hoes and all that shit, that ain't the movement. I've never called my children out their name. Now, have I said it in my head? Yeah. I call them bitches in my head. I have. They get on my motherfucking nerves. But to their face, to them, no. Never. Ever. Haven't. Ever. Never will. But when you see your children acting different, you see a little girl getting fast and she hiding the goddamn pussy, don't always chalk it up to she just hiding the motherfucking pussy. That's when you need to start doing some goddamn research and finding out what the fuck is going on and who the fuck is going on with. You got to take them goddamn phones. I know families, people like to get it. I'm going to give them some privacy. No, you take them motherfucking phones and you don't say, I'm going to ask you for your phone. You don't say that. You just go in a room. I don't go fuck for 2 o'clock. I do it at 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning. My baby phone up there right now. You just go up in there. Give me your phone. Take this fucking code off of it right now. See, and when you wake them up out they sleep, they already goddamn all over the place. They mind and shit ain't goddamn even working right yet because they ain't fully awake. Take them fucking phones. Wake them up out they sleep. Take them goddamn phones. Go through them phones. Find out. Go to their social media accounts because they gonna have more than one. They're gonna have a fake one that you know about. They're gonna have that you don't know about. They're gonna have the real ones that you do know about. Go through their phones, find every fucking thing, look at everything, completely void them of any goddamn privacy, because you ain't got no motherfucking privacy as long as you living up in this bitch. And I got to feed you and make sure the lights and the water and the gas and all that shit is paid. Ain't no fucking privacy. It's my fucking phone. I'm just letting you goddamn borrow it. Like I tell my children, this ain't none of y'all shit. This ain't none of your room. Everybody in their own room got their own shit and all that. But y'all, I'm letting you stay here. You know what I'm saying? This my shit. So, go through them damn phones, go through all that shit, talk to your children, question your children. Don't let your child be shut up in the goddamn room all goddamn day. Now, my oldest two, they can be up in the room, but they door closed all day. You know what I'm saying? They grown. They take care of their motherfucking self. Don't ask me for a goddamn thing. The youngest one, ain't no doors motherfucking closed. Open the motherfucking door. Fuck the damn door closed for. What privacy do you need? You know what I'm saying? You don't need no motherfucking privacy. I done seen your pussy before and your titties and ass and shit before. If you need that kind of privacy, go in the bathroom. Other than that, I'm walking past here, and if I see ass and pussy and titties, it came out of my ass and pussy and titties. So it's all right, but ain't no goddamn privacy. Ain't no privacy. Because when you give them privacy, you give them the opportunity for people to goddamn, they could be on them damn phones and shit up in there, talk to grown-ass men. Because a lot of them goddamn profiles and shit on Facebook and on these social media accounts and shit, them grown-ass men are behind them children fucking profiles and shit. So you do that. Talk to your motherfucking child. Just not necessarily, but don't make your baby feel like she ain't got nobody that they could goddamn talk to. Talk to him. What, girl, what you been doing? And don't come at him with no, Well, what the fuck? No, you got to, I'm saying something. In order to be able to get to have your children open up to you, what I have learned, you got to put on a different hat. You got to put on, if you ain't the real cool mama, you got to put on the goddamn cool mama hat to go up in there to deal with your child when you want to get some information out their motherfucking ass. Then you have to make sure that you spending the right amount of time with your goddamn children. You know what I'm saying? That what happened to my daughter really taught me, and it made me come off the motherfucking road. It made me get out the fucking studio. It literally made me stop making music because I was so focused on that shit and grinding, trying to get us out of poverty that I missed some shit. You know what I'm saying? So spend as much time as you can with your girls and your boys. You know what I'm saying? Especially your girls. Boys get fucked with too. I can only relate from a girl's standpoint because I got 3 daughters. So with your girls and shit, I don't give a fuck how much she get on your nerves and you can't hardly have goddamn stamina. You don't ever know what the fuck she going through. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Get her and put her in the car and take her out to eat and take her somewhere and take a ride and let her start getting comfortable with her goddamn mama. Because what we got to realize as parents is the way we our children look at us different than what our sister look at us, or in the perception that we have of ourselves, or what our friend perception of us is. Their perception is totally fucking different. You know what I'm saying? You could be really cool and sweet to other people, but your children can think that you're a big bad wolf and that you're scary because you have to mother them. You know what I'm saying? Don't cuss them out. Don't raise your voice at them. Don't holler at them. Don't do none of that shit. Talk to them like they're a goddamn person so that they can feel comfortable talking to you. Now, all the cussing and shit I goddamn do on here, and I would cuss you out and I would cuss their motherfucking ass out, and they know it. But I talk to them and I treat them like they're human beings and they're people, because they're people. They're just little people. You know what I'm saying? Because when you treat them and you beat on them all the goddamn time and all that shit, they can't open up to you and talk to you about a motherfucking thing. Because they scared that the main shit that they want to talk to you about is I'm ready to fuck. I am fucking. Somebody touching on me and this and all that kind of shit. That shit right there that needs to be discussed. They ain't gonna be able to come talk to you about it. They ain't gonna be able to come tell you about it. That's how you get all these goddamn grandbabies and shit. And no, next nobody who a grandmama in their goddamn 30s. I made my mama a motherfucking grandmama in her goddamn 30s. You know what I'm saying? Thank the Lord. I ain't no grandmama. But that's a lot of the reason why. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go talk to my mama. I didn't feel like I could go talk to my mama about a motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? I told her a couple of times I got molested by other people. But when it came to, the family and shit, the way we was so goddamn don't goddamn tell my motherfucking business and what go on here, I didn't feel like I could come to her and talk to her and tell her. You know what I'm saying? So don't make your children feel like they can't come talk to you and have a fucking conversation. It don't matter if it's my goddamn granddad, bitch. I want you to come talk to me and tell me everything I need to motherfucking know, and make them feel comfortable. Because look, your children, you have to be your children's safe space first. You have to be their safe space first. You know what I'm saying? You can't be all the time just so goddamn I'm raising y'all and I'm raising you with an iron fist and all that kind of, you got to be the first safe space they have has to be the parent. Like I shouldn't have had to beat it out my goddamn daughter. You know what I'm saying? She should have felt like, and I should have done a better job of making her feel as if she could come and tell me that and feel comfortable and feel safe and know that there wasn't going to be no consequences behind her coming to me and telling me. And a lot of times us as mothers, we got so much stress on us. We trying to pay bills. We trying to goddamn work 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I used to work 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? You trying to, just trying to just go through life. And a lot of us was made parents. We became parents really young. You know what I'm saying? And all of that kind of bullshit. And so we wasn't necessarily, we were just trying to goddamn make it and make ends meet and keep from being the fuck outside and keep a roof over our goddamn head. Because if you was like me, you didn't have nobody to just keep going and dropping your goddamn children off to. You had to goddamn stand in the gap and take care of your own goddamn children and raise them your motherfucking self. That was me. So, and you also, yes, Lakeisha, you are so right. You have to allow your children to speak freely. When we put into our children when we say you don't tell nobody what's going on in this house, or you don't goddamn say, you don't say this to certain grown people, or you don't do this and do certain things. When you do that, when you say you take your children's voice away from them, or I'm grown, so you don't say shit when I'm motherfucking talking, because I was told that a lot. When I talk, you shut the fuck up. You don't say shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to be quiet. When you do that, when you tell them to be quiet, they can't say nothing. Them being quiet don't only just go for you. It goes for the person that's molesting them. I ain't gonna talk until on them. They grown. It goes to the pastors in the goddamn church that's probably fucking on the damn children and shit, because they're grown. You're not telling them, look, you respect your mother and you let me speak, and then when I get done speaking, because you got to be clear to these kids. And you can't sit up and just, oh, well, they smart and they know that their brain and shit is still fucking developing, right? So you got to let them know, look, what I mean, and what I had to start doing, and I started doing it years and years ago. I started being direct and specific with my children. You shut the fuck up while I'm goddamn talking. And when I get through talking, you can have the flow and say what you need to say. But until I get done saying the fuck I gotta say, you have to shut the fuck up and give me and respect me. Now, when I get through talking, now what is that you feel like what is that you need to say? What is that you want your mama to know? What I need to know. And then you let them talk. You sit there and you sit in it. Even if it's about your ass, you sit in it and you listen to your fucking kids so that you can change what the fuck you need to change accordingly. Because we don't black parents and shit, and if y'all was raised like me, you try to get a word out, you get slapped in the goddamn mouth. And I'm just trying to goddamn look. I'm trying to, or the old fashioned way that people when you saying no, mom, that ain't what. Let me tell you what happened. That way, so you gonna call me a lie? So what you saying is I'm a lie. That putting that kind of book, quit doing that shit to them goddamn children. That bullshit with that lie shit and making them feel guilty by having a fucking opinion because theirs is different from yours. Quit doing this. You're literally guilting your children into lying to you. And then they get to lying to you about the uncle in the family that's fucking on the kids and all that shit. And then you feel some type of way. But you are raising them. You are raising them to not have a voice. And you're raising them to believe that their voice doesn't matter. So I ain't gonna go tell them no goddamn what the fuck I'm gonna tell mama this shit for anyway. Because hell, she ain't gonna listen to what the fuck I got to say anyway. I'm a kid. I can't say shit. We gotta stop doing that shit. We gotta start treating our children like they're people. You know what I'm saying? They're little people, but they're people nonetheless. We gotta start treating them like they're people and talking to them like they're people. And stop calling our daughters and shit bitches and hoes and shit. Because there's a lot of people on here that's got a bad motherfucking habit of calling they goddamn their children and their daughters and shit bitches and hoes. And then when they go out there and they do bitch and hoe activity, then you want to kill them. But you ain't told you had what the fuck you spoke over them. You ain't spoke. You could be a doctor. You could be a lawyer. You could be a teacher. You could be a philanthropist. You can do all this shit. They ain't what the fuck you spoke into their life. You spoke bitch and hoe. So when you get a bitch and hoe, which is what the fuck you goddamn put in the atmosphere, and that's the words that you blessed your child with. And that's what you get. Ain't no use you getting your motherfucking feelings about it. Because you spoke it over their motherfucking life. It ain't no different than telling your goddamn son. I hate to see a woman call their sons and shit bitches and fucking hoes and shit. And then when he out here, he actually out here being a bitch and a hoe, or he's out here getting fucked in his ass and shit, like a goddamn woman and shit. Then you motherfucking mad and you can't understand why the fuck is my child. He was raised with his daddy. He had his uncles. He had all this kind of shit. And why the fuck is my child right here sucking dick? Now, a lot of people suck dick because that's what the fuck they want to do. But what about the words that's coming out your motherfucking mouth? What about what you're speaking into your child's life? Calling them you act like a little bitch. We ain't gonna simply say, oh, bitch is a four-legged dog. No. It might be. That's what the fuck we be talking about. When you call your son a bitch, you're calling him a female. You're telling him that he's acting like a fucking woman. So when he start doing feminine shit and being the receiver instead of the goddamn giver, then you gonna be motherfucking mad. Ain't no use you being motherfucking mad at what you spoke over your own goddamn child. Because you did. Because you did what the fuck you spoke. That's what came out your mouth. That you cursed them instead of blessing them. That's what you did. The parent, the mama, the daddy, all them motherfuckers. So, you know, we just got to do better with our parents and this shit. You know, just like I had to take responsibility for what happened with my goddamn daughter. Because, you know, I could have been more observant. I already knew he had those tendencies and shit. But I hadn't seen him in like 8-9 years. And I had felt, not 8-9 years, like 4 or 5 years. And so, you know, I was like, he's not gonna do it to my daughter. That's my daddy. He wouldn't dare touch my goddamn daughter. Even though I knew that he had those tendencies and that he also, and himself was fucked with as a child. You know what I'm saying? Me being somebody who was not close to him like that and was trying to mend a relationship with him, that was my fault. I should have never took my baby and put her in a position with a motherfucker that I knew that had even the capability of doing it, no matter how bad I wanted the father-daughter relationship. You know, so I sit in that, you know, I accept it, you know, I haven't put the blame on nobody else. It was me. You know what I'm saying? And I deal with it. You know, I don't sulk in it anymore. I don't beat myself up about it. Or nothing like that, because any daughter wants their biological father in their lives. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the fuck, because your dad are drunk, you ain't stop talking to him. But I had to let it go, and I let it go. I let it go a couple years ago. You know, I let it go. I stopped beating myself up about it. I came out of that damn depression that I was in for so fucking long. I just had to let it go. You know, because as a mother, I know that I was doing the best that I motherfucking could with the resources that I had. So, if you do have a child that you think is being molested or being fucked with and they're being very different, have a conversation with your child. If your child has been molested, make sure that you are in their lives to be a sounding board for them at any time that they may motherfucking need it. Make sure that you never throw up in their face what they did. Don't never make them feel like that it was their fault. Oh, if your ass wouldn't have been so hot in the pussy, this shit wouldn't happen. And I don't give a fuck how hot in the pussy somebody is. It's never okay for your fucking family member or no grown ass man to come fuck with a goddamn child. And when you find your child hot in the goddamn pussy, you need to ask yourself, why the fuck is my child hot in the pussy? Because she was not born to suck no goddamn dick. She wasn't born, she ain't come out of here, out of my womb, knowing how to suck no dick and lick no pussy or get fucked. My baby didn't know how to do that. Your baby was pure. Somebody tainted your motherfucking child. Anytime you find your child being hot in the motherfucking ass, you need to ask yourself, what am I allowing my child to be exposed to on them goddamn phones? And you got to know that your child was not born sucking dick and all that kind of bullshit. Who taught them? You got to be taught how to suck dick. You got to be taught how to fuck. And also, just make sure y'all keep an open line of communication with y'all goddamn children. You know, it ain't that my children can't come talk to me about. We talk about every goddamn thing. We talk about the shit I don't want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I have to talk about them, you know that they having sex and shit now. You know, the oldest two, they grown. You know, I don't have to pay for them and then don't do nothing for that. And you know, but I have to sit there, I have to listen to it. And I have to keep because I really want to, I know the fuck you ain't got them, the gay goddamn, I don't want nobody fucking on my children pussy and shit. The pussy is pert. You know what I'm saying? But they grown and hell, sex is going to happen. And also, let me tell y'all something that I have learned. Stop trying to make y'all children and shit be scared to have sex. Quit trying to put fear in them. Just, the only thing you can do is give them the facts. Quit trying to make them feel like sex is horrible because it's not. Because when you do that, that's when they run out and get the fucking real young. Because, okay, what the fuck is mama talking about? Well, let me go see what the fuck she's talking about. I made sure I told my children, sex, dick is good. You know what I'm saying? Dick is good. Then this is how I talk to mine. Dick is good, but it's good with the right motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It going out here just giving yourself to this nigga, that nigga. That ain't what the fuck you want to do and that ain't where it's at. Because first of all, you're young and niggas and minds and shit still young. And if you out here fucking on every goddamn thing, you don't think these niggas out here talking about your goddamn ass, don't give them nothing to talk about. But if you gonna do it, make sure you protect yourself. Make sure that you goddamn you use protection. Make sure we can have a conversation so I can make sure that you own something, which is why I ain't got no motherfucking grandchildren. I can make sure that you own something. You know what I'm saying? And give them this, just educate them. You know what I'm saying? I had the whole banana with the condom thing, all that kind of, but I did the whole goddamn thing, the whole thing. Show me how to put this condom on. Because they gonna fuck. Ain't nothing you can do about them fucking. Hell, we fuck. And still, I'm gonna be 80 fucking. I'm still gonna be fucking. Pussy gonna be wide open. I'm gonna still be busting it wide open for somebody goddamn daughter or son. You know? So, that's the best thing to do. Educate them. We have a tendency to talk at them, but not educate them. You cuss them out and mad at them because you know they fucking, or you know they fucking, or they want to fuck. But in the midst of your fucking and being disappointed, educate them. Out of everything that you can motherfucking do, educate them. Educate them on how to goddamn put on the fucking, make a nigga put on the condom. Educate them I don't allow my children to use the nigga condoms. I have taught them, when they grow up, I take them 2 condoms, I drop them in a goddamn purse. You bring your own goddamn condom, because I ain't gonna poke no holes in these. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna poke no holes in these. I don't want you pregnant. Bring your own shit. Have your own shit. Don't trust no nigga with no goddamn condom and all that kind of bullshit. You can't. So, that's just what I had to come on here for. Justice is going to be served in this fucking matter for this goddamn baby, because this baby did not deserve this shit, but she does deserve justice. They do deserve to go sit their ass down there where the fuck they at. And if the mama is, if the mama with the bullshit, bitch, you going too. Your ass is going too, and you need to motherfucking go. You going too. So, that's what I had to come on here today. This is what was on my heart. When I seen this and I posted it and I read it and all that shit, it fucked with me for a minute. So it took me a little minute to come on here to be able to be, have my goddamn balls and shit. I had to goddamn, make sure my balls was big enough for me to come on here and talk about it without, keep breaking down and not being able to get it out. So, but, and I also would love, before I get off here, I would also love for, if anybody want to come on this show, and if anybody wants to come on here and talk about this and tell their story because they're strong enough and healed enough to talk about it, I would love to have you on here. I would love to bring the awareness. I would love to stop what the fuck is going on in the families and shit. I would love for you to be able to heal your own family and to heal your own self, because coming on here and telling my story a couple years ago, it just really, the shame and shit was gone, because I ain't had no shame. Ain't no more shame. Shame for what? You know what I'm saying? Everybody know now. I don't got nothing to be shamed about. Now I can walk out this door with my motherfucking head held high, cause bitch. And yeah, but guess what? I was a child, and I'm dealing with it now. No, now what? And so I would love for anybody else who wants to come on this platform and free themselves to use it, or if it's just you want to tell your story just so that you can give strength to other people, because telling your story and coming on a public platform is not for you. You know what I'm saying? You just end up being healed through it, but it's really not for you. It's really for other people, because if you're strong enough to come on here and tell it, you already made a huge step in what you're doing and who you are. Somebody else ain't that goddamn strong. And when I told my story, I had people that was in their 50s, 60s, and 70s come to me saying, Key, I still hadn't told it, but they told me. And so once they was able to even tell me, somebody outside the family that didn't have a part in getting it swept under the rug, that freed them so much. So I just want to tell y'all that I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming on here with this fucking internet acting a goddamn fool. Thank y'all for tuning in and supporting somebody's business. And like I always say, I love y'all. I love everybody that love me, and I fuck with everybody that fuck with me. And if you don't, you can get your motherfucking ass off of here. But hopefully today this message really touched somebody, and it really gives somebody the strength to go say no, confront the person or the family member or whoever it was that did to them. Hopefully you are able to go and tell your mama, if you ain't, I don't give a fuck if you ain't goddamn 30s, if you can go sit down and say, Mom, let me tell you what happened. Or you can finally just get this weight off, and because you wonder why you so angry in life and why you can't goddamn keep no nigga, and why every nigga you get you want to beat him up and all this kind of shit, and this is real shit. You got to deal with that child. You got to heal that little girl. And you hear people's therapists say that, but you really do. The grown woman is okay. She could fight. She could shoot a motherfucker. But that little girl that live up in there, that little girl still ain't healed and she hurt. And that's what's causing you to act out and do a lot of the shit that you motherfucking do as we do as women. You know, so, but again, I love y'all. And I will see y'all probably tomorrow. You know, because I don't think I'm doing the show on Saturday. I probably don't have another Saturday show until my end of the year show. But I'm gonna try to come on here daily for the most part, or at least 3-4 times a week to, you know, so we can chat, so we can talk, good, bad, and indifferent. So I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I love y'all. And to all y'all women that's going through it or been through it, I see you.